January 13th, 2012. At 5:15 p.m., the Costa Concordia, twice the size of the Titanic, set sail. A floating palace with casinos, pools, and even a basketball court. But just 2.5 hours later, a deafening bang. The lights went out, and the world's largest Italian cruise ship began its slow, catastrophic descent. What happened next would shock the world. The floating city. On that winter night, 4,229 people boarded the Costa Concordia, nearly double the Titanic's passengers. This wasn't just a cruise, it was a city at sea. At 290 meters long, weighing over 114,000 tons, it dwarfed the Titanic. Launched in 2006 at a cost of $570 million, Concordia was Costa Crociere's pride and joy. But what started as a dream voyage turned into a $2 billion nightmare. But here's the thing, the disaster wasn't nature's fault. It was human arrogance. The captain's fatal detour. At the helm was Captain Francesco Schettino. Barely 2 hours into the journey, he veered off course, not by accident, but by choice. He wanted to sail just 150 meters from Giglio Island, when the safe buffer was 7 to 8 kilometers. Why? 2 reasons: to impress the locals and to salute his former mentor, Captain Mario. He even phoned Mario, promising to sound the siren in tribute. Minutes later, at 9:45 p.m., the ship slammed into a massive rock hidden below the waves. The impact ripped open a gash over 50 meters long. Water poured into the engine room, and power failed instantly. But the real disaster wasn't the rock. It was what the captain did next, or rather, what he didn't do. Panic, denial, and human error. Passengers felt the jolt. Plates slid off tables. People rushed from their cabins. And yet, over the PA, Schettino calmly lied. It's just a minor electrical failure. For nearly an hour, he refused to order evacuation. Engineers tried to restart engines, but water had drowned them. By 10:22 p.m., Schettino admitted the ship had hit something. At 10:33, alarms finally rang. Only at 11 p.m., over an hour too late, did he give the abandoned ship order. By then, the Concordia was tilting sharply, making lifeboat launches chaotic. Some passengers swam the 100 meters to shore. Others fought for spots in lifeboats. And while passengers panicked, the captain was about to commit his greatest betrayal. The captain's 4 deadly mistakes. Schettino's arrogance turned a survivable accident into a catastrophe. He made 4 deadly mistakes. He changed the route for showmanship. He sailed into shallow waters, ignoring safety margins. He delayed evacuation for over an hour, wasting precious time. He abandoned ship before his passengers, violating maritime law. While Schettino failed, many crew members showed true courage, guiding terrified passengers into lifeboats even before orders were given. But the damage was already done, and the death toll was rising. Evacuation and loss. Through the night, Coast Guards, helicopters, and locals fought to save lives. By dawn, over 3,200 people had survived, but 32 lives were lost, 27 passengers, 5 crew, and later, a salvage diver. It became the largest passenger ship evacuation in modern history. But if the sinking was shocking, what happened after was even more unbelievable. Salvage and aftermath. The Costa Concordia was declared a total loss, but the wreck remained, lying on its side off Giglio Island, an eerie tourist attraction. In 2013, engineers performed a world-first operation called power buckling, slowly rolling the ship upright. By 2014, it was refloated and towed to Genoa, where dismantling took 3 years. The salvage cost? Over $1.2 billion, making it the most expensive maritime recovery in history. Schettino, meanwhile, was tried and sentenced to 16 years in prison. His defense? That he fell into a lifeboat. The world wasn't amused. His nickname stuck, Captain Coward. And just like Titanic, this disaster would change the rules of the sea forever. Titanic versus Concordia, a century apart. The parallels were chilling. Titanic in 1912 struck an iceberg. Concordia in 2012 struck a rock. Both sank slowly. Both trapped passengers in fear. But the differences reveal the lessons. Titanic lacked lifeboats. Concordia had plenty, but leadership failed. Titanic sparked international maritime reform. Concordia did too, banning risky coastal salutes, enforcing stricter evacuation drills, and reshaping safety laws across Europe. But at its heart, this wasn't about ships or rocks. It was about ego. Legacy and lessons. The Costa Concordia didn't sink because of storms or fate. It sank because a captain gambled with lives for his own vanity. In the end, 32 people died. A $570 million marvel was destroyed, and a captain's reputation turned to infamy. Today, Giglio Island has a memorial built from the very rock that ripped the ship's hull. A permanent reminder that technology may evolve, but leadership, accountability, and humility will always be the true lifelines at sea. Overconfidence kills. In 1912, it was Titanic. In 2012, Costa Concordia. The question is, what happens in 2112? If this story gripped you, make sure to subscribe for more untold disasters of the sea. Until next time, stay safe, stay curious, and never underestimate the ocean.